Hello and welcome to chapter 9. So in chapter 9 we're going to look at quadratic equations and quadratic functions. So we're going to learn several ways of solving a quadratic equation. We already know how to do it using factoring, but now we're going to learn some other ways. So in this section we're going to solve quadratic equation using the square root property. All right? So basically we're solving equations of this type, ax squared equals k. Alright, so basically what we want to do is we want to get the x squared by itself equals a number. Alright, so we want to isolate the x squared part. Sometimes it's going to be like a quantity squared and we want to get this to be equal to a number. And then once we do that, we take the square root of both sides equals plus or minus the square root of the number, or the square root of both sides, the same thing. And the important thing is to take both the positive and the negative radicals, okay? So that will, kind of the square root cancels the square, and we end up with x being two different options, positive and negative square root of the number, okay? So we'll see that we get solutions that are real and are perfect squares, and solutions that are real that we have to simplify the radical, and there we're going to get solutions that are imaginary and complex numbers. Okay, so all kinds of solutions. So let's look at this first example here. We have x squared minus 50 equals 0. You got to isolate the x squared. All right, so we're going to have x squared equals 50. Right, we take the square root of both sides and you put a plus or minus in front of the square root for the number. So these cancel. We get x is plus or minus square root of 50. We got to simplify that. 50 is 25 times 2. So we get plus or minus square root of 5 square root of 2. All right, so this plus or minus means two solutions. We have x equals positive 5 square root of 2 and x equals negative 5 square root of 2. Okay, so both of these are solutions to that equation. Alright, let's do a check. So basically we want to see that x squared minus 50 equals 0. So 5 square root of 2 squared minus 50 gives me 5 squared is 25. Square root of 2 squared is 2. 25 times 2, we get 50 minus 50, which is 0. Okay, so you can see that the positive solution works out. If I do the negative solution, negative 5 square root of 2 squared minus 50, we get negative 5 squared is positive 25, square root of 2 squared is 2. We get 50 minus 50 again, which cancel out, so that works out also. All right, very nice.